guide me through what happened next, because as far as I'm aware, Hull wanted to keep you. They wanted to buy you. You went to United. You went on the pre-season. You won the Community Shield. You actually started a league game against Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah.
1-1. And then you get told you're going to be staying at the club, and then you end up elsewhere. How did it all work? Well, how was that summer for you?
It's football for you. It's literally 1 minute you think this is set in stone, and then in the blink of an eye, everything just changes. So I think pre-season tour, I think maybe the Euros or the World Cup was that summer. So I think a lot of the first team were coming back later. I know Ronaldo was coming back later. I think Rooney was coming back later, or maybe was injured. So I ended up Rooney played. Me and Rooney played up front.
You started with Rooney?
Yeah.
Because England didn't qualify.
Yeah.
0-8.
Oh, God.
Anyway, sorry.
So, yeah, end up starting a game, then Ronaldo comes back, I think Tevez comes back. So then you go down the pecking order and end up going, where did it go? On Spurs was that one?
Yes.
So I went to Spurs. And even that in itself, I was playing at United. It gets to the point where everyone's back, fit. There's a list of first team strikers as long as your arm. So then he says you can go out on loan. So Steve Bruce is the manager of Wigan at the time. And I was with England under 21s probably, or 20s, I'm not sure. And in a room like this, deadline day, me, my dad, Steve Bruce, it was faxes back then, so we sent a fax. We was waiting for a fax to come from Man United so I could sign it, send it back, done, going there for a season on loan, which, Emil Heskey was up there, Sibierski was there, some quality players that I could have learned a lot from and developed myself from. But then Man United, I get a phone call. So we're waiting, it's like 11:30, deadline's 12. I get a phone call at maybe 11:30, 20 to 12, withheld number. I was like, Steve Bruce says, you better answer it because it might be something to do with the fax. I was like, all right, okay. Hello? All right, Fraizer, it's the boss here. I was like, oh my God, so it's obviously Sir Alex ring me. So, right, I'm going to ring you back in 5 minutes, but I've got something you need to think about and then get back to me. So we're trying to sign Berbatov from Spurs, £30 million deal, but it's not going to go through unless you go to Spurs on loan. So I'm going to leave that with you for 5 minutes and get back to me. I say, all right, put the phone down.
And you got Steve Bruce next to you.
He sat right next to me, my dad, and he was like, who's that? I was like, Sir Alex, and he was like, what did he want? I was like, well, so I told him, he was like, I said, there's literally nothing we can do.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything, so I'm sat with Steve Bruce, couldn't say, oh, actually, Sir Alex, no, forget that deal. I'm doing my own deal. I've got my own things going on here.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, so obviously Steve was good, but it's just how football was. So they ended up thinking I'm going to Wigan, ended up down in London.
You had a big role to play in Berbatov moving there.
Well, yeah. Could have not gone, and he could have not gone. Who knows what could have happened? But like I'm saying, it's football. Things you think are happening, and then it just goes a completely different route. But you just got to carry on and keep moving.
Funny because it's two names that we've had out here in the past year: Steve Bruce,
and
Dimitar as well.